where are the mysteries sold? For the love of God's Uganda, mysteries and stories right. All the new they shine bright. To your families and there's so much that will break it down. No propaganda. Every papa's gotta tell. The village try to see the scale. We talk the truth, not just a brand. For car lovers across the land. For the love of God's Uganda, we roll. From dusty road to beams of patrol. Steamship break it down. Helping every driver in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cars. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it a move or a TX5? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stunning views and legion moves. We teach you more than just photos. And tools from the basics up. Trucking, giddy and car, your stuff. If you new or is this open, for the love of cause you ain't seen nothing yet. It's even loving, Bobby proud. This is more than just machines. It's the love, the life, the dream. Uganda we roll. From dusty road to beams of patrol. If you steamship break it down. Helping every driver in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of God's Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? Mamla be kaki ya food day. Edinyade full radio. Leader Yano guy, the Trump supporter. Guy about arguing with university students. Yeah, food day. And you guys saw a DJ go out for me service. So someone is claiming into Musamba. And then of course I saw Bajo saying that umuntu aina cash asinga umuntu aina taka. And surprisingly guys, on that video Bajo wagambira nti the person that has cash is better than someone that has even land. So many people are commenting saying that having cash is better than having land. Someone actually said they bought a plot of land at 40 million and sold it 27. Another one says they bought land at 37 and sold it at 20. So actually land can make losses. Land can make losses. I used to think the same thing, but a lot of people seem to differ. Bobange takotogenda direka myaka juweranga 10. Abana baboda abavuge muruka botabatasa senga bafanyo. But good morning, my people. How are you doing? Today's Random Car Talk Thursday. In the same video, Bajo nekasu bagami mwe moroke singe taka. What do you guys think anyway? Mwasuze mutia muyombya Magil but Amanya Muchunguzi Gerald Secretary Norman Enzo Sash Bridget Kakai Paul Sema VIP Katamba Isaac Katende Akiram. How are you doing, my people? Because we didn't listed in yo. Today's Random Car Talk Thursday. We have bought 3 cars in the past 2 days. We bought the Toyota Auris. We bought Toyota Primo. And then we bought a Touareg. No, Tiguan yesterday. Tiguan. So you see, guys, I use the same diagnostic machine on all cars. But the detail that is given by German cars is too much. Like you see, a Toyota vehicle will tell you something on the top. Yeah, it will give you an error code that is like, it doesn't even, like there are things that a German vehicle reports on the diagnostic machine that a Japanese vehicle would never report. Like when we're diagnosing the Tiguan, it even told me that there was a bulb that was not working. And indeed, there was a bulb that was not working. You get, when it runs out of fuel, of course the Toyota cars tell us when the fuel is running out, but the Tiguan even tells you when the fuel is low. It tells you to refuel. As a matter of fact, the Tiguan, when fuel is almost running out, it will start rough idling. It will report rough idling. It will report a bunch of things because the fuel is running out. Yeah. So someone bought a Tiguan yesterday. We only inspected one car. He knew the supplier from a friend, so he just said, you know what, come and verify what I have to do. And the gentleman that bought that car told me later on he also works in UNBS, vehicle inspection unit. So he showed me the form they also use for inspection, and yeah, he told me I could buy the forms and also include a lot of those things in my inspection report. Yeah. Mwasuze mutiasema nda Raymond biamuka makubuzizako chikawarike hi muwere mbatereko embozi ya inspection esatu zetwakoze muje. The Auris looks nice, not so mujirabye. The Auris looks nice, but also the Tiguan feels nice when you sit inside it. But for me, katinze when natuka, I no longer buy things that feel nice or look nice. That feeling nice or looking nice ends like a week after you bought the car. Then after you bought the car, it goes back to things like, okay, how easy is it to maintain? How much fuel do I use every week? How often does it die on the road? After a week, for me, it goes, actually for me, I think it's, my mind resets in like a couple of hours. I drive the car. I enjoy it for the first couple of hours, like 2 to 3 hours. The rest of the time is me trying to figure out if I made the right choice. And for now, I think, yeah, I made the right choice with the car I'm driving. It gives me fantastic mileage. Kambes VIP, good morning. Nuwaha Norman, good morning. Kim Job Musime, Max Suna, Andama Desmond, good morning. John Jones, hi. How are you? How is Abu Dhabi? Imoroke babisera echo kiraba maso echo kikuruze echo. Banaga abantu baseraga motoka. Kodebe guba gukadenga guvundu bagala gusera. I don't know why. So guys, I'd like to remind you, I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're buying a car and you want a good experienced opinion on whether you should buy this car or not, including computer diagnostics, yes, including computer diagnostics, I am going to share a PDF to I'm going to share a PDF. I just have to hide the VIN number. I'm going to share a PDF to the inspection report that I got from the Tiguan. Yeah, it reports everything. But ekugamba simanya bolechi squeaking ekugamba. You get it reports a lot of. So I'll be starting the next couple of inspections. I'll also be sharing a PDF of the computer diagnostic report. Yeah. So Katonda yampa patience ennaku zino. Omuntu avuga ebyekisiru naye nga ndi patient. Kati watulani emmotoka gyalina already ya miliyoni 3 ne 3 anoonya azimuwa nga tamula kyokka avuga byakulula emmotoka z'abanne ez'ebbeeyi. But how did you guys sleep? Today's Random Car Talk Thursday. Arthur, the Auris is a very beautiful car. I've driven a 2016 model. It's another Jesus. Musajja gwe genda ngegenda kwocha. You're comparing the son of the Lord to a car. Hey, musajja gwe bya mukama. Where are you going to go in the fire? Which part of it is not going to burn you properly? Because Jesus is going to burn you with vengeance. Say you compared me to a car. Or if Jesus doesn't burn you, one of his followers will. The Madada of Jesus will burn you properly. Richard Aki, good morning. Julia Sengoba, hi. Arthur, now the Prius doesn't look or feel nice. It feels nice. It does. It's a normal car. Guys, the thing is, for me, any car, every car stops feeling nice a couple of hours after I've started driving it. The rest of the time, it's me trying to see if I didn't make the wrong decision. Because for me, I don't think the car is all about enjoyment anymore, because I know one thing I know is that I can hire a car, any kind of car when I want. I can go and hire the Land Cruiser 2025, I think at £1,000,000 a day. Which take it. So that I feed it. But I am quite sure after I hire it, like 2 hours into the day of hiring it, I'll be feeling like I made a loss because it will start feeling ordinary. Which take it. Travel life long good morning. So every car feels ordinary eventually. The Crown, the Mark X. You see people saying the Mark X in motor car. I think most of the people that keep saying that their cars are special or they feel special, it's mostly because of what people say, not because of how they feel. Right? If it were about how people feel in their cars, and the people are honest, they will tell you, you get it? A car is like shoes. A car is like shoes. You put on your shoes, eventually you forget that they're putting on very nice shoes, and it's people around you that tell you, oh, that's a nice shoe. It's like when you buy a phone. The first couple of days when you have just bought a phone, it feels special, and then eventually it's ordinary. Even if you bought a phone 6 million, you eventually start seeing 6 million and it's very little money because you have the phone of 6 million. After yesterday, but one, a thief came and picked off both number plates from my neighbor's car. And when he reached mine, he plucked off the front plate and the alarm went off and he ran. The alarm man. But you guys, me, I keep telling you, a number plate, you put in bolts. You take them, you take ne washers. That's all jisikako. Kati agenda okuba mwaka fana nyo kulwana kati nzo wa digital computer mwana wali bita ngere bibitinga nyinya. Eventually, it took our 120 to return all the plates. Hey, trust me, this disturbed me. I know. Ni number plate yonga nyangu nyo ya kujako kim. You guys need to make it difficult for thieves. Me, when they were putting number plates on the project car, I even asked the guy to put more rivets. And he gave me the rivets instead in FNAS. And of course, I know the standard is 2. I think everyone should go and work in government because one government never fires people. Which again, they just transfer you. So you treat people like trash here, they transfer you to another branch so that you spread the bad manners there also. Good morning, Armstrong Mwezi. How are you? So you see, there's a time I went to do an inspection of a fielder. You guys remember? It wasn't complete because we saw the fielders and they were not nice. So I advised the gentleman to go think about whether to go to the bond or not. So he calls me. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. So he calls me on Monday and he says, you know what, Arthur, I think we should go. I've decided to buy a Primo X at 17 million shillings. Now, for me, in my mind, I knew it was possible to get a Primo X that is in good condition at 17 because I had just bought it like last week, yeah? Yeah, latest day. As a matter of fact, there is a broker I called Nemugamba Nina Jiguze. So I am sure so. And the broker told me at 17. And it was true. So we went, and for me, I think the option I had when I called the number of brokers, the option I had is the same option the gentleman had, yeah. So before we went there, I also had an inspection, another one of the Auris. Now the gentleman of the Auris had contacted me like a week ago and booked inspection. He came back into the country Monday night, so he said, before I go to the village, I want to buy a car, and he had talked to someone already. And that person had promised him that there were so many options at their bond. Now, in the morning, we drove. I got the gentleman of the Primo. Then I went and picked the gentleman of the Auris. And then we headed out to the bond to look at the Aurises. Now, by the time we got to the bond, I had already known that there were no options, actually. It was only one Auris in that bond. Now, guys, I happen to think by now that Moroke yobusubuzi yonne sawa eno eberambi. Yes, kwe kasola bango ogenda gula moroka mu mbeyi ya busubuzi. Olina okugyetegereza ennyo. I think the thing that applies to old cars is starting to apply to new cars, yeah? You remember what I told you about old cars? a trader, a broker can never call you kumuruka y'obusuubuzi. They would rather give it to their friend, omusuubuzi omulala oba broker omulala, n'agigula ku bbeeyi y'obusuubuzi, and then for you, they sell it to you at a profit. Kubanga goba anakuyitira obusuubuzi, he has to make a point that it's busuubuzi. Ate era ne mu lukazi obusuubuzi, ebiseera muzibaamu ebyokukola mu bye mutaagala kukola. Osegera, remember when we went to buy, I think kali characters, nga exhaust yamenyekamu, nga kali mu bond, nenga ka raisi, and omusajja n'agaana okukagula olw'okuba kamenyekamu. I'm telling you. Olw'okuba kataagala kanikadde ekintu ekimutayagala. So they would rather buy an expensive car, etaliiko kyakkola, wadde neeno nnungi, because that one was better. I think I shared that story. Now they say the bolts can make the thief tear the number plate. Anti kakati bobo inako alarm. If you have an alarm key, the alarm will stop them from trying to tear the number plate. If those bolts are put properly, you'll be okay. Is it allowed to add more bolts on these digital plates? Well, these digital plates I also don't know. Those ones I don't know yet. But the old ones, I have done it multiple times. The old number plates, I know. I want to figure out how to add bolts on these new digital number plates, because kakati emoroka nze envuga za digital, project kaya digital, neno je envuga ya digital, kweyagala kwerere. So I don't think it's allowed with them, since they are the ones that install those number plates. It might not be allowed, but I think there's always a way around that thing. There's always a way around it. So guys, we head out, and there's only one auris in that bond, but it was nice. It was nice. Niranga nabagamba waliwo e bond ezimu zogulamu emoroka nga toyinza bulako kyakkola. So the gentleman went to pay for the car, and then for us we headed out and looked at the Primo. Now the first Primo we looked at was that Primo that we bought. The owner brought it nga ajiga $1,200,000. And then we looked at it. It had a couple of things to work on. The steering column is making a bit of noise, which I thought is what needs to be replaced. Yeah, but akarago nakote kalabika. So chonna chechiri, I don't know. Akarago but tukafunye it's only 80,000. Nete katira kalwawo kulabika because chechimu ku bintu bitatira kufulia inachija kokolomuye. So but akarago seemed like so the only two things that have been worked on so far. The fuel gauge was repaired yesterday. I'm still thinking it was repaired. I wasn't there till the end of the time. But the fuel gauge and also the seat belt bolt, the seat belt handle, passenger side wasn't working properly. So that was bought, and I'm yet to confirm if the fuel gauge worked. Yeah, so that those are the two things that have been worked on so far. But kati inamuna aka steering column kakerere ke bangoli kukubo yettaka. So those are the two things that needed to be worked on, yeah. And the auris, although from the bond, also had a problem with the fuel gauge. So I don't know if it was worked on eventually, but it also had a problem with the fuel gauge. So those cars, we bought them in one day. Yeah, we bought them in one day. The gentleman that bought the Primo, it was an inspection that was pending. I pushed it. I gave him another day. Now, I don't want you guys to think I give another day to everyone. This gentleman, I went to inspect for him a filter. It was 1 hour. I didn't even spend an hour. I think I spent within 30 minutes. And then I told him, you know what? I'll give you another time. We go look at cars when you make up your mind. So that's how it came up to come again. And then that very day, a gentleman calls me and says, I think the gentleman first, no. The gentleman calls me and says, you know what? No, he called me and I didn't answer. So he called me yesterday morning and he said, no, he called me eventually. I answered, I think. He told me, Arthur, I want to buy a Touareg. I think he thought it was a Touareg. So, and he said, it's only one. I just want you to come and look at it and then inspect, do your normal inspection. And we agreed. And he said, I can only run out of office at around 2 p.m. So yesterday at 2 p.m. I drove, went, looked at the car, we inspected it. And almost everything checked out. It had a leakage. If you look at the inspection report, that car had a leakage at leakage timing kawawo bakaita kawawo aka timing what leakage. And I also recommended a full service because that car had already been driven in Uganda. I think the other person just came to do better or failed to pay the full installments. And I recommended full service. Now, full service for that Tiguan will cost him about 1.1. The labor is only 200,000. So full service would require him to buy gearbox filter, fuel filter, the oil filter, and then a bunch of oils. Yeah, and it will amount to about 900 something. Yeah, and then the labor would be 200, including working on the leakage, and then he'll be good to go. And then something interesting. For the very first time, I found someone that bought a German car, not because they are passionate about German cars, but because it made sense financially. Which together, because I normally ask people, and then so I asked him, why are you buying a Tiguan? Said, well, I'm buying a Tiguan because I wanted the Vanguard, but the Vanguard is more than 55 million shillings. And I wanted to buy a car with the money I have and not keep the debt. And he's a person that has driven a Volkswagen before. He used to drive a Golf 4. So it should be okay. So he said, I'm buying this because I'm paying 28 million shillings at once and I'm gone. So we inspected and left. So I think he will pick the car sometime later. He did not take it yesterday. But then I told him, when you're coming, normally I tell people that buy cars, before you go, before you take this car, you should call me. Because sometimes traders and car sellers, they can switch up stuff. Which take it. So the goal is to simply make sure that there is no unreported error. So, but I don't think he will call me. You know, you can see someone, you give them an offer of time, probably because of the report, the car is in good condition, so he ends up not calling you. But even if he doesn't call me, I did my job. But it would be nice for me to just verify. But as those are the 3 inspections we did yesterday. The Tiguan was 28. The Tiguan was 28. The Primo was 24. Now 24 for a Primo, that's a 2007-2008 model. Now for that Primo, 24 actually seems a lot of money, but that Primo in the bond right now costs about 45 to 50 million. Yeah, I'm actually inspecting it soon for someone in the bond, and it costs 45 to 50 million shillings. But why is it a good deal? One, that model of a car is the shape is the current one. The car is in very good condition. The door panels, the front door panels actually might need to be either straight or street Adama ni babyeko n'aba plate wana butonyo bw'okubeera ku street bannange. Kim, abantu project kabagala jigula milioni 8. and bagala jigula million 8 kanjevuge bagende bagule study chain ndala ate zo za rais za million 5 project ya million 15. Banga Godfrey, good morning. Chris Da Vinci Obulanyo, get lost so much. Seth Omoria, George Bob, Arthur Emmanuel Fielder Hybrid 27. What are your thoughts? Emmanuel Fielder Hybrid. Hybrids cannot be manual. Hybrids cannot be manual. Have you inspected that car and made sure that it's hybrid actually? Have you inspected it? Hybrids come with a gearbox called ECVT. They don't come with manual gearbox. Obaka gambo hybrid bakateka ko buteso bemoroka yali hybrid ne bagichusa ne bagijjamu system yali ne bateka mu engine pya ne gearbox ya manual. You need to verify that. George Senkubuge, good morning. Good morning.
Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the lap, no just the horsepower. Is it a new or a TX ride? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stalin views and legion moves. We teach you more than just photos. Some tools from the basics of trucking, gear and car gear stuff. If you knew what this is open, all love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Wait, Jayo Chibuto Mulabe.
It's a love, the life, the dream. Now we roll from dusty road to principal control. You still break it down. Yeah, we never drop in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cars. We talk the truth, not just a brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to be patrol. You still break it down. Helping every number in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cars. Welcome to the road where all the mist is sold. For the love of cars, Uganda. The story's right. All the new they start to cry.
Toyota, Nissan, Benzo, Mazda, we break it down, no propaganda. Every bumper's got a tail. Village runs to city scale. Kim steering a car of come steering. You see, in Morocco, steering Yamasanyaraze. The only time I've seen it become hard is when it has been repaired. The other times that it gets hard is if it's not getting enough power from the car, because your steering is a power steering, is an electric one. The Tujaji power steering is electric. There are only two instances when it acts hard. Watu wajikarikanga mukati ya masanyalaze. Watu wajikanikanga mukati masanyalaze webuzibu. Get someone to look at it could be a blown fuse even. Einaka obutara bwekomyawo. Does it bring back some traffic lights? JK, good morning. Balvidzo, Bulanyontale Samuel, good morning. No dashboard lights at all. Steering yote ina karuba. Masanyalaze na kujikanika mu kyekireeta obutaala. Soke tusigaleko wantu abo bakinakola kyenjagala. Annie, Stephen, there is no manual filter hybrid. Tell you, all hybrids come with CVT or ECVT. Zona, because that's the technology that comes with the hybrid. It actually, the converter is in the middle, I think, of the motor, the power motor, and the engine. Why? Because then the clutches disengage either the electric one or disengage the engine. Then the clutch disengages the engine. Then the clutch disengages the electric motor. That's how it works. How will it work if the car is manual and hybrid? Tonkubira ngombe naawe gotulaba agala ntomere butomezi bantu. Now I know some people will be asking at the church we sat downtown. I know it's also good scenery for you. Some of you guys don't even remember that temple. The Charlie temple yo. I want to pay for members only content. And how can I do it with mobile money? There is no mobile money option right now. It's only Visa or MasterCard. Starch emizina rujangi ngenda gula mizina ropya jimanyo okudda ko negimana givaako jino ebirala. So I don't know if it's something that is with the radio. I want to first change the radio. Okay, ndabo be mizina chinzo banga effect eri ku radio nga yagira. Good morning Jerry, how are you? Chiobyo Alex, hi Jovan. You only use MasterCard or Visa. Naye boda kazirimu abasajja abakulu ddala nno. Myaka 45 kwambuka waggulu. I think ati abavuka banyo genda ebweru oyo mukulu. Abavuka balimu kati mu boda batono. Paaka eri awo nzijukira twayinyiranga nga tugenda okulinnya emmoloka z'emutundwe. Zalinga wano ku kasonda ka wano. And then Zantebe Road, I think Zantebe Road is alinga one around here. Ntebe Road, one ori mukono seta. Wewo Zantebe nazo zali awo. Wakati wali atogo otuse paka jekomo. Ate za mukono edda zalinga wano gwi wati. Mukwano mall bagikyusiza erinnya kati City Base Complex. Pozi nga simanyi City Base Complex tujje terimu.
purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it a new or a TX ride? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stunning views and engine moves, we teach you more than just the tools. To lose from the basics of trucking, giddy and car, get stuff.
After why is IST overpriced? That car is not overpriced. IST is a musoro munji. So I think you are just find cars that people like. Never jongera ko musoro. The IST ya bay. You guys, mutemwegenza ne musanga omoroka obutono nti bikubeye mukompine moroka nene. Okitegeera. Omoroka obutono bwa bay kati can anyone justify the 35 million price tag of the Toyota Auris? No, you can't. But I think the government enonye moroka mweze mwagala neziteka ko musoro nga mungi esobole okunyumirwa. Embeera ate obuzibu bavuga bubi senga bali bavuga boda zaabwe nga bavuga bulungi ne batadde abantu ne bavuga bubi. But I think it goes back to the laws of the land and how they are enforced. The border should be taking one person. So guys, we are bringing another video of what happened inside the theater. Yeah, what happened inside the theater. A video yabade ya wabweru. Ebyali wabweru. Kati we are going to be also giving you a video of what happened inside, yeah. And then on Saturday, the convention will be featuring on Baba TV. Simanje yavana inari india ungagaya tusi. Mugamba kwamanyi. Ngamba abantu abaliwo the exhibitors. Mugamba wotamu tipping atajja kusam. Because bana abantu ba TV, you guys no TV guys. TV basasula. So bwajana jira event omwayo ku mafuta. Asobola okuba na mafuta agamutwala ku event endala covering oba ku kintu ekirala. For the guys that remember abali bamanye ekibuga back then wano walingawo Shell mujijukira. Awalingawo Shell. But some of you guys ekibuga mukizeemu bukulu. Ebya Shell ffe tubimanyi ffe bannakibuga. Ebya Shell ffe bannakibuga ffe tubimanyi.
No games to play. Restore the past.
No watermelon wali.
Bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it a new or a TX ride? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stunning views and engine moves, we teach you more than just the tools. To lose from the basics of trucking, giddy and car.
Watermelon nero yakuzenga bagagga agenda kujja kunnya kirabika. This is more than just machines. So guys, which one do I think was the best buy? I find that Emoroka Primoje twaguze, it was the best buy. Ate omuntu yaguze Primeyo gutwabadde gwena bademba nyumizaako nti I took him to the bond. I made him sit in a Sienta because Sienta had a million abiri mu mukaga. And then we were at that time eyo Primosi twali tugenda okulaba. At that time we were comparing the Sienta to eri Primosi light ya million 18. Neto agendo jitu kakonga Primombi. And he did not like the Sienta because the Sienta gives Uber vibes. But then we had seen that Primo. I also find that Primo was a little highly priced because of the time it has spent on the road. But let me tell you, guys remember there's a time we bought another Primo of that model. Oba ku number chi. Twajigula million 25 ngeri ku number mpyo kusinga eno. Now this car is in better shape than the other Primo. Twajigula bay a number ya limpya, but it was not as good as this car. In the Morocco eri mumbera nungi nnyo kusinga eri. So I find that this Primo was the best buy of the week so far. So far. That Primo is the best buy so far. Twajiguza million 20 mu nyanga nkadde, but so far Morocco ku Morocco zetwagula weekend. It's the best buy. Yes, the Auris was 35 nga ya bondi. It was also not a bad buy. But as long as there is an option of that car that you can get at the same price, because our research na ku sente zezimu na ye primeno tetulina wala tuade tujijja ku million 2 mu nyanga nungi ngeyo okitegeera moroka ekyabadde kikuba kyabadde kimu number plate era moroka eyo senge yabadde nga ku UBH bali badde bagituna million nga 26 okitegeera but number plate yoka yabadde egikuba ate what did us well netujigura tujiguze mu kibanja mpola into mwake milioni tumali milioni 2 tumwako milioni 2 kubanga yabadde alemedde milioni 2.5 tunga tugenda kwa capital tunga tumwako 18 million first nalemera mu milioni 2.5 kwa katika tuweke milioni 2 osale total price nakiza na ajisa tumwake milioni 2 na tuwe miezi ina but I'm sure not just miezi mukago bamusa tajja tukuba. The goal guys when you buy account credit the goal is to keep paying go sigala akasto sigala ngo osasula sigala ngo osasula yakasente tajja kuba atana kuba ikasa sigala nga afuna sente. For the guys that want to buy the project kaya milioni 15 kominazo kati abantu abagenda okola project kabo bajja kuba babulira nti project ka ogendo jima logikola teba moroka ya bulijjo eba ndalamu kati project ka eraikanga started na isi started ate gwe yambadde okwambala obwambaze yambadde milioni 2 bodira emipiira n'ogattako rimwe eyambadde milioni 2 wansaawo kati era ogenda gule moroka ojja gula starting nga naawe okujambaza ngeno ine jiko jambaza ate gojja jambaza milioni nga 2 n'ekitundu wasonga nze rim there is the guys that I got the rims from basala kasente nemba wa akalango mu magazine akalango kimanyi mu arabi akali mu babayita bani why even remember the company. Let me see if I can see that ad in the magazine. So those are the only guys benafunamu exchange abala bonana mura kwa nali njikola nasasula for beta elite wheels abala bonana nasasula full price mechanical nasasula full price wa wiring nasasula full price walanji nasasula full price mipira nasasula full price buli kimu nasasula full price so tewali kintu kyampebwa ku project KU and I think that's the way to go. So guys ngenda basibula border borders cannot be eliminated. You see, the only way border borders can be eliminated is if the government brings alternative employment avenues. Never all about employment government katisawe no de creating tesobola kusustaining a family y'abantu babiri tesobola lwansonga factory kati emirimu gye giri tagisasula nusu 15 kasanva olunaku owa border akola emitwalo 3 kwetaano olunaku kati mbulira mulimu ki government gwegenda wetanga guwa emitwalo 3 government yalina okukola erina kusooka first of all to make business easier for people. It doesn't make business easier. They just want to milk, and probably also make transport cheaper. But Mr. Arthur, of all the rich people we have in Uganda, the Twina who can invest in a theater and they build with structured state-of-the-art theater and then get his money back by leasing. The thing is, right now, I'm trying to get a partnership with someone. The partnerships is equal. I was watching a video of a Kenyan dude. Ngagamba nti owning 100% of your business and owning 5% of a big business. Owning 5% of a big business is always better. But Ugandan businessmen, because you are a Tebawa tax breaks, you are a Tebawa tax breaks to most of the Ugandans. Katinabo, they don't act like they're getting tax breaks. They milk. Bakole kizimbe kyetasamu kintu kitaleetewo sente. Okitegeera. Ata yero ngato ina chiboz, you know the rules are made to be broken. I decided to always break my work rules on Thursday and Friday because there is always vibe here. Gerard, someone here came. Yaze no yo mama yaguze primo nangamba Arthur. Omusajja ono buli kumacha akeera wifi wo ku mulimu akeera kumacha sawe mu kintu tumsanga ataddeko ki. Tumusanga ataddeko broadcasting ali mu kulaba. ngamba so I did olaba kati Gerard, I did not prepare chibozi because I thought the chibozi of the inspections would elongate, but somehow the chibozi has not elongated. I think I didn't have a lot to say about the chibozi. Like I would have had a lot of chibozi to say about the Tiguan, but the Tiguan guy just said in the Morocco and Jiguze Kubaji and Sohola Katigula. Yajiguzenti is passionate about German cars like most people do. Yajiguze because it's the affordable one that he can get in the condition that he can. And he also said there are a number of cars that he went to see, era Tiguans. Na ye, we got fences in $1 million, a Moroccan nya. Zona Volkswagen. And then there is one thing that probably you guys don't know. Abantu abera ne Morocco za Germany nganya. Bwaba atunda, mutawanya ja atunda. Okitegeera, mutawanya ja atunda. I don't know if the car we bought yesterday, the Tiguan, nayo tebagizikajire tagikola butter. That's the one thing. Lwakuba nalabye third party ngirage Morocco yali ekyali manyaga kibanda. So it means the person could have bought it and failed to pay the installment. After, if someone has money, you can sell your project car. 15 million. Omuntu aina $15 bwajja twogera. But if you don't have 15 million, that kakeberi wow. Sijivuga najivuga. But nyina abantu bank office abadde tebalina Morocco ze bavuga. Olumundo n'abatabani bange leeti ku ssomero omuntu omwana yevuga. N'agenda. Regardless, we appreciate your daily commitment. Amina. After the Naronex 2006, then I feel like upgrading to the Auris. Chikola. But me, I find the Auris to be overpriced. 35 million shillings. That car doesn't give you actual value. Like, for example, guys, Bogura Auris million asatu mutano. What is it going to do for you that the Ronex doesn't? Okay, it looks beautiful inside. But eventually, you get used to all those things. I'm telling you. You get the SUV feel. Eventually, you get to the SUV, used to the SUV feel. More SUVs on that. Me mo kajina njagala ogulanga project yeddako. Lwakuba Tanzania hide and seek. Pick up ekyabuze, but nyine Morocco gentaddeko amaaso gange. Eyo sigenda gitunda. There's a kaka I put my eyes on. Never Tanzania hide and seek. The project car is automatic, Alex. I specifically did not even try to change it because I wanted to have a car and mama bani bwabajira so okujivuga na agenda jalaga okitegeera. A video of the project car with me driving the project car on the express and explaining the features that it has is going to be uploaded very soon. Murabe what makes it quite special. It has digital number plates. For the one video to just but of course, it's the only starlet in Uganda that has digital number plates. It's literally the only starlet that is black. It's the only starlet that looks the way it looks. So number plate, that's the only, because the one starlet it looks like itself, like a project. Like I drove it when I ended up URA and everyone was like, it looks nice. I also feel nice driving it. It has working AC also. So nali nekwese negalirayo went. Omusajja AC samusasula mumalayo. Acha ino kole bugumu. Enyogoza na njagala mu ne bugumu because sometimes I'm driving my kids and they want warmth. So after what surprise range one can get Alex or Ranex now is otozigula. If you don't have the Ranex or the Alex Kaka, I recommend you leave it. It's a Morocco Bazi sale. You'll find someone selling a UBD at 20 million. I am telling you, totally not worth it. Because it's a Morocco so kankadde. Okitegeera. Katugenda ogule Alex eri ku UB million abiri. Obo baze bubi. Okitegeera. Ate katolaba akakai oyinza okugamba nti the Auris is expensive, but compared to the Alex and Ranex, the Auris is cheap. Buying a car that has been on the road for more than 15 years, ojigule million abiri, and buying a car that you're going to be the first driver at 35, I'd rather buy the other one at 35. Okitegeera. Mark 2 grand ojikole masavu ga weekend mikolo ne church. Oja no ojikola. No pimping. I'm waiting for the guy. I'm excited about the Mark 2 1986 model that is coming from one of you guys here. Yangamya anonya center za mpa kontandike. Zinadinga na najitwala nga tanampa konze tandiko jikole ebyange. Na yagala soka kumpa sente. Ere yange njitunda 22 million. Someone has given me 20 na yesiri mu movie akutunda. Ndozo olaba. Nzaza moroka nazivako but munaye people buy them omuntu ayinza no gula eri ku US million 18 no mutunuliro tubugagwe gundi 18 why buying this car. There are better cars out there naye nga alemedde ka yagala Alex moroka simanyi obo mu China yagenda n'abusaddakira. I don't know what happened but obo Alex Ranex Spacio Primo moroka chawe ndala zezo IST ese moroko baziri muchi. I'm telling you, someone would rather buy a fielder that has work to be. There is a time I was giving someone my Ractis at 24. I went to Kwagara Prius. Someone came, Gayagara fielder. Nemga kankuze Ractis 24 million shillings. Ngamugami ampeko no kumpa ko setting ni nange njide. Yagana na agura fielder najongera mu million endala oba fielder yigura million 25. One of those guys that bought the fielders najongera mu million endala ezo ebegwede mu million 27 nga nkadde nemva ku bantu nga yali agula ano Caractise nga talina kyateekamu nga kalina nebi extra kalina amajorobero nesimanyi nakumanya abantu you guys mwatamireze moroka but they don't give you value for money. I know you have the excitement of in the Moroccan Jagara. Now I've managed to be able to change I think 3 people. 2. One of them namutwara mubone tugula raum. Omala nemutwara mubone tugula pasosete. Those are 2 people that I was able to change to buy a car from the bond from the Spacio. Omu yatuvuza netugenda paka iyo naruvuleyo. Ngadi mukwano gwe aina Spacio eyo. Spacio ekyali nawo balite bagitundanga. Spacio the engine yali nkadde echakala ngemoroka yatomeramu nenga this gentleman was willing to buy that Spacio bali bajimuguza $25 million nemugamba tugende and we bought a Paso City at 27 which was a better buy. Na atuka I think he sold it simanyi kati moroka jaina but he sold it because it was small for his kind of business. Gagara gura no ane atane fielder bagisera. Imagine you big at 24 exactly niyo moroko tububole temusobola bubola Henry ababwagala abangi okay okot SP sorry sometimes I switch totally after we are waiting for the project cap video gwasinga tompana. You people don't flatter me. It's 15 level no pana. Can RAV4 old model be a good option for a project? Yes, it can. But guys, this is what I advise. Unless the car is really special. If you're planning to work on a project car, try to find a car that doesn't consume a lot of fuel. Because most of your project cars are going to be old model cars, yeah? Like, find a car that doesn't consume fuel. Why? Old technology equals to more fuel consumed. So if you buy a car that already consumes oil in the old one of the reasons I stuck to this study is nagira bida enaku ndoza nga 3 nganganyo kujigula nenga bwenzirayo bwenvayo ate nga nagenda nga mu kyalo. But one, it's a 1.3 liter vehicle, it's turbocharged, it gives me a lot of power. So a Morocco is starting to giraba. It doesn't consume like a standard 1.3 liter. It consumes like a fielder. But a car that consumes like a fielder is okay because people are used to the fielder. Tenure kati like ilimu half tanka ya mafuta twateka mu amafuta wano ku convention nga twagala ogitokosa nenyongera mu amafuta nga ngera okuteka ko number plate gachali mu half tanka. So the goal as you work on your project cars, guys, unless the car is special, for example, you might say, I want to work on the Nissan Patrol as my project car. That's a special car. Or I want to work on a 19 Swan, whichever car. That's a special car. But if you're going to work on a car that people still drive now, like a daily driver, it better be something that gives you very good consumption. What about Sienta? No, Sienta is okay. Like Rogers, we were almost buying a Sienta at 26 million shillings, first payment 19. Yeah, first payment 19. 26, that was a good deal. People are buying Sientas at 31 when they have paid some installment. So the Sienta, I find it's a very fairly priced. But the only time I tell someone to buy a Sienta is if the only other option that they can buy are older and more expensive than the Sienta. So how many kilometers it gives the project car? The project car will give you about 13 kilometers per liter. But with advanced power and the roar of a lion. But at a Namukade, can I get it in an automatic version? Yes, they are there. There's a gentleman that I talked to yesterday. He said he bought a Namukade USZ at 10 million. You can get it. They are not so common, but you can get it. Definitely. Guys, let me say bye-bye to you. Muyombia Ma Gilbert Amanya Muchunguzi Gerald Sechitoriko Norman Hands of Sash Bridget Kakai Paul Sema VIP Katamba Isaac Katende Akiram Lawrence Biamuka Masema Dare Mochikawariki John Jones Andama Desmond Max Suna Musime Kim Job Nuwa Norman Kambes VIP Henry Modern Juice Julia Sengoba Richard Aki Travel Live Vlog Armstrong Mwezi Richard Wanga Ricky Chikawa, Chris Da Vinci, Panga Godfrey, Stephen Omoria, George Pop, George Senkubuge, JK, of course, Balvids, Ntale Samuel, K. Jovan, Chiobio Alex, Jerry, Starch Events na kubuziza, Muchunguzi Gerald, Bridget Kakai na kubuziza, Dolores Omule, Okot SP, Tonight Rogers, Lucas Shamex, Nerwach Subaru Zigwanye Bay. My friend bought a Forester 2009 manual at Fortress B. That's Siena last week away day. He wanted to sell it top up. Neighbor more 17. It's a UBR. Guys, I've been telling you, Subarus lose value a lot. One, because literally no one buys a Subaru because they want it. Very few people. Majority of the people that have bought Subarus have only bought the Subaru because they could not afford a Toyota. But they eventually, when they buy it, it's a very nice car. But when it comes to selling, because still no one wants to buy it. I tell that one, he has a problem because it's even manual. And it's turbocharged. He has two problems. It's turbocharged, problem after problem, and it's also manual. After where can I buy a new Mark II Grand engine, GX110? Why don't you just repair it? That's doable. Hi, Innocent, how are you? With my 10 million, can you give me a project car? My project car is 15 million. 15 million. Million kumina tano. If you don't have 15 million, I can inspect for you another car like that one. Hey, to work on it, to get it to the level of this one, you'll even spend more than 15. You'll even spend more than that. Like Mose High. So guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Thank you very much for choosing to spend time with me. I do pre-purchase inspection in case you're buying a car and you need some guidance. I'm your guardian angel. I come with you. I come with a mechanic. Together we'll make sure that you get the best car out of your money. Yeah, I think I've officially done more than 200 inspections since I started. Luze is building a 1JZ GTE. That's nice. That will be power after power. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Monday to inspection, so we'll try the minimum mass. So yeah, for drifting, I wish you a very lovely day, guys. Let me do some work also at office. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.